Welcome back, guys. A lot to cover here today. We're going to take a look at not only the fastest cooling markets in the nation, which aren't going to really surprise anybody, but also the fastest growing for price appreciation. We don't normally take a look at the other side of it, but I have those stats here as well. So we're going to get into all those. I'm also going to cover some things I'm seeing in the market that to me just kind of illustrate the changes that have occurred, the changes that are probably going to continue, things I haven't seen in really a decade since I got into the business back in 2015. I wouldn't say there's necessarily an uptick in distressed properties, but a big uptick in properties that are really, really, really in need of some help, renovation-wise, just bad update choices people made. And I saw a lot of this when I got in 2015, 2016. It was houses that had been kind of left not necessarily neglected for the better part of a decade, but the updates weren't there. Some of the maintenance wasn't there, and some were unfortunately outright neglected. But I'm seeing an uptick of that again, and it's seems to mostly be on pool homes. So there's a misconception, I think, around the region that if you have a pool house, it doesn't matter what condition it's in, it's going to command more value. And based on the days on market on some of these things I'm seeing, like 400 days, that's not true. It's not true, guys. And we know why, because not only are there other more competitive options out there, but they're building everywhere. Pool prices are going down drastically from what I'm seeing as well. So the barrier to putting a pool in isn't as high as it once was, and right even here in Punta Gorda Isles. They're building everywhere. So, which is great. I think it's great. Some people don't like it. I understand it. It eats up the natural land and area, but there's a demand for housing. And, as far as pricing goes, it's definitely putting pressure on pricing. And that's what I'd like to see, everything get more affordable for everybody. But it seems to be pool homes that I'm going into that are really in rough shape. And like I said, I'm talking like pools drained, completely destroyed. There's lawnmowers in the pool, like crazy stuff like that. Like I haven't seen stuff like that. And that's just some of the tame things. I took a friend of the channel out today, friends of the channel actually. And we looked at a pool home that was, it was priced what they probably think is aggressively, but when you get in it, it needs 120 to 150,000 in renovations, and who's going to want to take that on? We actually saw a few houses like that. This one had a converted garage, which to me is really a tough sell. It's almost a kiss of death. But the worst part about it was this converted garage had the air ducts brought into the garage, but you could see sunlight behind where the garage door was, the wall. So they hadn't even fully sealed up the property, and they were having air conditioning going. It was just a mess. It was a mess. And I haven't really seen stuff like that for quite some time. And I'm seeing a lot of it now. I'm seeing a lot of it. It's just, and particularly on pool houses. So just something to keep in mind. It's a sign of the times. Okay, so on to the 5 metros with the highest single family home price appreciation year over year this May. We're going to start at the bottom. Glen Falls, New York, coming in at number 5 with prices up 16.7%. Followed by Syracuse, also in New York, prices up about 18%. This is all from the National Association of Realtors. Their research division put this out recently. Then we have Champaign, Illinois. Peoria, Illinois. I think I said that right. And number 1, Topeka, Kansas, with a 20% increase in their home values year over year. So if you guys are in any of these areas, or if you're familiar with any of these areas, I would love to know your theories and reasoning as to why you think this is. I personally, I've been in a few of these locations. I think they were traditionally affordable, and people are flocking to affordability, which is what happened really in Charlotte County during the pandemic. And they used to call Port Charlotte the hidden gem of Southwest Florida that nobody knew about, and living was still cheap, and you could get a nice house for a good price. Well, when everyone else found that out, now here we are. Pricing's all out of whack, even though it's been clawed back dramatically. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about those places. We're going to go over the top 10 cooling locations as well, and they probably won't surprise. Most of them are not going to surprise you guys. It's almost the same list as last year. So leading the way for year-over-year declines as of April 25. This is from a Resi Club article. I will link this as well and probably put one of their maps up here so you guys can go in the description and check it out. Top 10 coolest housing markets. Cape Coral, number 1, down 6.5% year-over-year. And this is the slow decline, the slow decay that we've talked about here so many times, because people hear 6.5% and they're like, that's nothing. Prices went up 80%. But this is the third year in a row that we're down 6%. And then all of a sudden, that's how you get it 18, 20% from the peak, which even if things go up 60 and they come down 20, the fall is bigger. Like if you guys do the math, we're not back at pre-pandemic pricing. I don't know if we ever get there. I get a lot of comments that I'm buying when they hit 2012 prices. I don't know, guys. More power to you if you can. I just don't know. I don't know. That seems tough for me. But number 2, where I am walking today, Punta Gorda, falling 6.2%. Then you would expect the rest of Southwest Florida, and they're here, don't worry. But actually, Logan, Utah is number 3, McAllen, Texas, Victoria, Texas, and then Northport, Florida, with a 4.3% decline April to April in Northport, which, as I've mentioned before, has been holding up over the previous 2 years better than some of the areas of Southwest Florida, like where I am. But, now we're seeing almost a 5% decline. Naples, Florida, right behind Northport, falling to the tune of 3.7%. And they have Waco, Texas, and Lake Charles, Louisiana, rounding out the top 10. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the map from Resi Club showing the change in housing inventory year over year nationwide from May of 24 to 25. Florida with a conservative 32% increase in active listings. If you guys saw my stats video recently, you probably knew that already. That's not as big of a jump as some other areas. I mean, Georgia right above it at 40%. If you look out west, California's at 51, Nevada's at 58. I mean, Colorado 51, and surprisingly the most, North Carolina 50% increase in the active listings year over year. And that's interesting because a lot of people who came to Florida, whether way in the past or recently, left and went to North Carolina within the last couple of years. So is that the same people then moving again? Where are they going? Where's everybody going? Are they going to Topeka, Kansas? Are they going to the flight to affordability there? I don't know, but some of these numbers really surprising. I mean, even in the Northeast, there's double-digit numbers here. Pennsylvania's at 21. New York is only at 9. 9. Oof. There's a 1% around here, too. Good Lord. But most of the Northeast, 21, 24, 36, 33, 36%. So kind of surprising inventory jumps nationwide here. I mean, this is the numbers I saw around Southwest Florida a year ago, and we were all like losing our minds over. And now some of it's higher. 50% inventory increases out in Colorado. Like, holy cow. That's crazy. The interesting thing about it is this inventory is building up. And if you guys take a look at this chart that I got off a bar chart, it appears that there is now more money sitting in money market funds than there ever have been before. So what are they planning to do with that? Is it a rush to safety? Is it a safe haven? Or is this building the war chest to try to strike if there is a serious housing downturn? I don't know. And when you account for inflation, it doesn't shock me that it's the all-time high number. When you look at total number, yes, that makes sense to me. But this graph is pretty substantial. The incline is kind of nuts. And you can see it sort of correlates perfectly with the rise in interest rates. So there's a lot of variables there. What can we pull out of this? Is it that people can get good money on their money? Do they want to be liquid? Do they want to stay out of hard assets? I mean, the stocks are doing pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think about this chart? Let me know in the comments below. Woo! Love ingesting concrete dust. This is going to be a great test of the audio. The audio software. As you can see, building another house here behind me, guys. Working on a Saturday. Getting things done on a Saturday here in Punta Gorda. They're going overtime. That's a lot of concrete dust. And I'm still choking from, again, showing friends of the channel some places this morning. People, please stop putting fragrances in your house. Stop putting plugins. Not only is it like a warning sign that, what are you covering up? But it's choking. It's still on my clothes. I'm dying from ingesting this stuff. So were my customers. We were just like gagging for the rest of the showings. And it's a huge red flag, guys. If you come in and there's 18 plugins in the house, people start wondering, what are you trying to cover up? Maybe you're not trying to cover anything up, but it's a bad perception, and it chokes people most of the time. Just because you may be able to tolerate it doesn't mean everybody else can. And since we're in Punta Gorda today, guys, I want to take you through another walkthrough of Esplanade here on Burnt Store Road. Let me know what you think of this model. So this is going to be the Magari model here at Esplanade at Starling on Burnt Store Road. Comes with 2 or 3 beds. You can do 2 in a den or 3 beds, 2 baths, 1723 square feet, 2-car garage. Let's take a look. So as we come in this covered entryway, this is a longer style home. I would almost say that this is comparable to how they do villas. They call them shotgun style homes down here sometimes, but it's very long. Right here, you've got a nice storage closet when you come in, but it doesn't feel like a villa to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think as we go through. You have your utility room. That's your garage entrance. I appreciate the sink being in here. We'll poke into the 2-car garage, give you guys an idea of the sizing on this. Looks like they went ahead and epoxied the floor. It's a model, so I would expect that. Usually you don't get that standard. That's your internet and cable box right there. You can put all the stuff right in the wall. It's kind of cool that they're doing that on all the new builds. So as you can see, it's a straight shot back to the lanai. It's a very long house. You can see the similarities immediately to the other villas I've been in. I think the kitchen's a decent size. This is kind of becoming the standard on these longer homes where the dining area is in the middle of the kitchen and the living area, but we'll get back out there. This is going to be your den, would function as your 3rd bedroom if you went with that configuration. And again, they do a split floor plan, so this is going to be the 2 guest areas here off of the kitchen, while the primary is going to be in the back of the house. Figured I'd highlight some of the fixtures on this one. Sometimes I don't get them in the shots, so trying to keep everything uniform. I spun around a little more on this. This is your official guest bedroom. Have your closet in there. So we'll take you back through the dining space and give you one more shot of this kitchen as well. But it feels bigger than it looks in the pictures when you're in it, just because of how much space I think separates each area of the home. This is the living area. I like that they did the little bump in on the wall for your television. It's very big, so I don't see, unless you got like a theater projector, I think any TV will fit in there. I'm going to go ahead and say this is an extended lanai. I don't know if these come standard. You get the little sun area out there in addition to the covered area, but when you spin back, look how far away the front door is. It's kind of a trek back up there. We'll go back into the primary here, and nice natural light in here. You get the 3 big windows right next to the bed. I'm going to do a spin of the tray ceiling and this little kind of chandelier style light fixture. I really like that thing. I just think it's cool. We're going to back into the 2 closets in your primary bath. Going to have a his and hers. They're pretty comparable in size. You get one on each side. So I don't know. Maybe they're just hers and hers. That's what I hear a lot. There's no his and hers. It's really just hers and hers. And then the guest room or the study is where that's kind of how it works for me sometimes, where the guy puts his clothes. But decent sized vanity. You've got the stand-up shower here with tile. We'll give you one more shot of this primary bedroom, and let me know what you guys think of this home. So real quick one here today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.